Hello, everybody. Welcome to my official after show for episode 6 of My Magic Prophecy that I just finished watching. So, if you're new to my channel, what I usually do is I'll do my reaction separately and then I will come over here. And this is where we'll talk about the episode, any feelings, thoughts, theories. Honestly, it's mostly feelings. I like to talk about my feelings. This episode, okay, it's so funny because I think at the beginning I was like, can we just not cry? Like, I have cried in every single episode, I think, of this show. And episode 6 was no different. I just cried and cried and cried. I cried when I was sad, cried when I was happy. This show just does something to me and it hits me somewhere inside that I wish I could describe, but I can't. But anyways, so this episode had a lot. It really was Tap and In finally coming together, and they're like in love, you guys. They're in love. And I'm so happy. Like, that's the thing about the show. It's been making me so happy. Like, I don't think I stopped grinning for like the majority of the show unless it was sad. I was either grinning or sad. There was no in between, like the entire time. So basically, what happened in this episode is In and Tap became like boyfriends. I would say they're boyfriends. Definitely that In kissing Tap when they were out stargazing was definitely In saying like, okay, yes, I am ready. Because before that, we had Tap pretty much asking him to be his boyfriend and him saying like, no, I'm not ready yet. We got a little bit more work to do. But I think one thing is that In is realizing that no matter how scary it is or how much trouble they're going to have, he can't miss out on the joy of them being together. You know what I mean? Like, it's so obvious how much Tap loves him. And I think that experience and that love trumps any fear that he has for what's to come. I hope that makes sense. And like, I don't blame him. Oh my gosh, Tap's character is sending me, you guys. He's sending me. He is so thoughtful and he's so caring and he's so loving and he's so respectful and he's so funny. Like, he is just so everything. Everything that he has been doing for In and like helping him heal is just so freaking beautiful. Like, I can't, like, I feel like I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Like, it's so good. And the whole, like, him being like, tell me a story, and In telling him about the house and the flower garden and all of that. Like, I'm pretty sure he had already been fixing that flower garden. Like, every time he went out and In didn't really know where he was, and he was like, I was just out for a walk. Pretty sure those were all the times that he was working on that flower garden and like fixing it and restoring it for In. And when In said like bringing life back into this house and can you help me fix this house, I don't feel like he was just talking about fixing the actual structure. Like, Tap has fixed, like, he is fixing what is broken in the house and In, and it's so beautiful to watch. And I think that's why I'm so captivated by the show, because I just can't stop watching that. Him just fixing In with this brokenness, with this love, and he's just loving him and supporting him and being there. It's so beautiful. And it's really funny because like when you're watching it, like, I think I've said this before, like, C's performance in this is unfreaking believable. He is so amazing. And that poor boy, like, he probably was exhausted every day he went home from set just from the sheer emotion that he is giving out. But it's really funny because on the contrast, then we have Tap, who I feel like Jimmy, who is giving just as much, but in a more reserved way. Like, when you watch those scenes where C's character In is like breaking down in front of Tap, you can just see in his eyes the pain he is feeling watching that happen. And that to me is such amazing acting, to be able to feel how he's feeling when he is basically quite stoic is unbelievable, because you're watching it and like you can just see the tears rimming but not coming out. And it's so powerful and it just feels so authentic. Like their connection and their chemistry is so authentic. The way that they look at each other, that's a big thing for me when I'm watching a show, is how characters, how especially main characters, their interaction when things are unspoken, and they are like top notch. Top freaking notch. There was a few other scenes that really stuck out to me. Like, oh, the fact that we learned the reason that In's parents got in that accident is because he had a dream of them getting in an accident, said, please don't go anywhere, passed out, and then they got in the car to come and see and make sure he was okay. That was horrific. That was horrific, okay? Like, that was devastating, that is the reason that they were in that car accident. Like, how do you even? I didn't expect that. And then we have our whole other plot going on. Like, we have this whole one little plot, we have this whole other plot. Karn, first, what do you guys feel about this? Because I don't know if it's super obvious that he's the bad guy, or because it's obvious he's not the bad guy. I don't know. Because they have had Tara waking up, and then we have Ton's car getting broken into and him being warned, and then them talking about how everybody's kind of been attacked by Karn, and then he's like, well, what are you talking about? It was in my building, and that was my car that got smashed. But the thing is, he knew where Ton and Pop, the doctor, were having lunch. He knew that Tap was moving into the building. He knew that Tap was driving his car. So that's the thing. He knew all of these things, so he could be behind it. I don't know. Anyways, I don't have any theories about what's to come. I think only bad things are coming, because we only have 4 episodes left. So I think we're going to get a few episodes of complete disaster. I don't know, because we're so used to 12 episodes where, there's this familiar pacing. Only 10 episodes changes everything. Changes the whole pacing of the whole show. So I don't know. But I would love to know your theories. I would love to know your feelings. I would love to know if you completely freaking melted into that floor when the whole camping scene and the I love yous and the wishing on the star and the guitar and the boyfriends and everything. Did you melt as much as I did? Because I feel like a puddle. And I would also I don't know. Just tell me what you feel. Tell me what you're feeling. But no book spoilers. Okay. This was a long one. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next episode. Maybe we won't cry. I don't know. We'll see.